I'm with you today from the gymnasium of New Hope Church. In just an hour, it's early morning still. In just an hour, the gym will be filled with a basketball academy. It is great as things open back up to have activity back in the church building. We're talking about forgiveness, and today there's a teaching by Jesus followed by a parable that has a lot to do with forgiveness. From Matthew chapter 18, verse 21, then Peter came to Jesus and asked, Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother when he sins against me? Up to 7 times? Now, Peter's question is not unfounded. It was a teaching at Jesus' time. The rabbis taught that you should forgive a person 3 times. Probably that's because of the book of Isaiah, where Isaiah opens his book saying, for 3 sins of Ammon and for 4, God will judge them. They took from that 3 sins God forgave, but when he hit the 4th one, no, judgment. And so the rabbi said, you should forgive a person 3 times. Peter said, Lord, should I forgive my brother 7 times? Jesus' answer is amazing. Now, forgive him 70 times 7 times. And then he tells a parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a king who wanted to settle accounts with his servants. As he began the settlement, a man who owed him 10,000 talents was brought to him. Now, just for comparison's sake, the total tax revenue of Palestine at this time on a yearly basis was about 600 talents. 10,000 talents is 17 times that. He's talking about 17 years of national taxes in Palestine. It's always hard to figure out how much these things are worth, but by one calculation, a talent would be worth about 6,000 days' wages. Figuring that at minimum wage, that is almost $4 billion. This guy had a debt. His master brings him in, says, pay up. In verse 26, the servant fell on his knees. Be patient with me and I'll pay back everything. The servant's master took pity on him and he canceled the debt. He said, no, that's okay. Just go your way. The man goes out. He finds a fellow servant who owed him 100 denarii. Now, that's not an insignificant amount, but it's a more reasonable amount. Again, if we figure minimum wage, it's $6,600 that this man would owe him. Maybe bought an old junker, maybe put a down payment or completed down payment on a house. Who knows what it was for? But he caught him. He grabbed him by the throat. He said, pay me everything. And he threw him into prison. When the man's master found out about that, verse 32, the master called the servant in. You wicked servant, he said, I canceled all that debt of yours because you begged me to. Shouldn't you have had mercy on your fellow servant just as I had on you? Here again, just like yesterday, we see that forgiveness is a 2-way street. God forgives as we forgive. We are called to forgive sins, trespasses, issues that are committed against us. We go to God for forgiveness. He wants to forgive. But he wants us to learn from him what forgiveness is, so that we too will forgive those around us. Is there somebody today that you need to forgive? Think about that. Pray about that. Take the first steps to forgiving them. We'll come again tomorrow and talk to you from the book of 2 Corinthians about forgiveness and reconciliation. See you tomorrow.